If you are here, listening to these words right now, I need you to understand something of vital importance. This is not an accident. You have not stumbled upon this message by chance, nor was it merely served to you by a dispassionate algorithm. You have been guided here. Your consciousness has been drawn to this very moment, because you are at long last ready to receive a transmission that has been broadcasting for you your entire life. Let's begin with a truth that might feel both startling and deeply familiar. You are being spoken to by the universe in a way that most people cannot, and will not, ever perceive. This isn't a metaphor. Think of it like a radio. All around you at all times, countless frequencies are being broadcast: music, conversations, data, all moving silently through the air. You only hear the one to which your receiver is precisely tuned. Your life, your consciousness, is that receiver. And for years, perhaps decades, you have been slowly, painstakingly calibrating your dial. Every heartbreak was a turn of that dial. Every moment of quiet despair, every night you lay awake, wondering if you had taken a wrong turn, you were unknowingly adjusting the antenna. Every time you felt a flicker of hope, or a sudden, inexplicable sense of peace, you are locking onto a clearer frequency. You didn't know you were doing it. You thought you were just living. You thought you were enduring, surviving, or even failing. But from a higher perspective, you are tuning. Why now? Why this message at this moment? Because the signal is perfectly matched to where you are, who you have become, and what you are finally ready to understand. A year ago, these words might have sounded like nonsense. A year from now, you will have already integrated them and moved to a new level of understanding. But right now, at this precise intersection of your past and your potential future, you are perfectly aligned to hear this. You have arrived. When I invite you to subscribe, that click is more than a simple action. It is an energetic declaration. It is a conscious choice to say, yes, I acknowledge this frequency. I am ready to stay tuned. I am ready to be part of this conversation. It is the first step in consciously connecting your personal energy field to this transmission. Feel that for a moment. That subtle hum of recognition deep within your chest. That feeling that you have come home to a truth you have always known, but couldn't quite name. That is the feeling of being in tune. That is the signal. And it's for you. Now, I want you to walk with me into a quiet room within your mind. It's a room you visit often, usually late at night when the world is still. In this room, you are not alone. Seated around you are the ghosts of your unlived lives. There is the version of you that took that corporate job, the one with the clear path to success. He or she looks stable, secure, perhaps a little tired. There is the you that married your high school sweetheart, living in the town you grew up in. That you looks content, rooted, surrounded by a life of familiar comfort. And there, in the corner, is the version of you who took the greatest risk, the one who moved to another country, who pursued a wild artistic dream, who threw caution to the wind. For years, you have looked upon these figures with a sense of sorrow, of loss. They represent all the what-ifs that haunt you. You see them as specters of your own failure, reminders of every road you didn't take. You feel their gazes on you, the person you chose to be instead, and you interpret their silence as judgment. But here is the truth that will begin to change everything, a truth almost no one ever understands. They are not sad. They are not disappointed. They are in awe of you. The version of you who took the safe job and see the courage it took for you to walk an uncertain path. They know the stability they have came at the cost of a passion they never got to explore, a passion you are living. The version of you who stayed home is watching you navigate the complexities of a life they never had to face, and they are marveling at your resilience. They see you, the one who made it here, to this moment, and they understand what it cost. They remember something you've forgotten. They were there when you turned away from that perfect opportunity. From your perspective, you were turning your back on success. But from their perspective, just around the bend of that road you didn't take was a catastrophic burnout, a moral compromise that would have shattered your soul, a partnership that would have ended in a devastating betrayal. You thought you were making a mistake, but your soul, your intuition, was gently guiding you away from a hidden cliff edge. You saved yourself without ever knowing what you were being saved from. Let's make this practical. Think of a major decision in your past where you chose one path and let another go. A job you didn't take, a relationship you ended, a city you didn't move to. I want you to close your eyes and genuinely thank that other version of you for walking that path so you didn't have to. By doing this, you are not mourning a loss. You are integrating their wisdom. These ghosts are not here to haunt you. They are here to honor you. They are your silent counsel, your spiritual cheering squad, and their presence is a testament to the fact that you, the version that is here right now, are the one who made it through. When you like a video like this, you're not just clicking a button. In a quantum sense, you are performing an act of observation. You are looking at your own journey and acknowledging it. You are collapsing all those possibilities of failure into the single powerful reality of your survival. You are anchoring this truth into your own energy field. With this new understanding of your unlived lives, it is time to do something radical. It's time to forgive the person you used to be. Not with platitudes, not with a dismissive wave of the hand, but with a deep, profound, and soul-shaking compassion. I want you to bring to mind the you of 5, 10, or 20 years ago. The you that didn't know what you know now. A you that made choices out of fear, out of a desperate need for approval, out of pure, unadulterated ignorance. Forgive that person. Forgive the person who chose to stay in a relationship for too long because they were terrified of being alone. Forgive the person who walked away from something beautiful because they didn't believe they were worthy of it. Forgive the person who worked themselves to the bone, chasing a definition of success that society handed them. A chase that would have left them wealthy, but spiritually bankrupt. You did the best you could with what you knew. You navigated your life using the only light you could see at the time. And here's the secret. That has always been enough. It was always enough. Your journey was never about being perfect. It was about being present to the lessons each imperfect moment offered. So many of us are trapped in a prison of self-judgment, believing we are behind schedule. We look at someone else's highlight reel on social media, their chapter 20 of success and happiness, and we compare it to our messy, confusing chapter 7. We feel annoying anxiety that we missed the cosmic starting pistol, that everyone else is running a race while we are still trying to find our shoes. This is a grand illusion. You cannot be behind on a timeline that was created uniquely for you. It is impossible to miss a deadline that was never real. Your soul evolves at its own pace, according to a divine blueprint that only your deepest self understands. Think of the giant bamboo tree. After the seed is planted, for 5 full years, there is no visible sign of growth. You water it, you tend to the soil, and nothing happens. From the outside, it looks like a complete failure. But beneath the surface, a massive, complex root system is being established. And then, in the 5th year, the bamboo tree explodes upwards, growing up to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. You have been in your bamboo phase. Those years when you felt stuck, when you thought you were going nowhere, when it seemed like all your efforts were for naught, you were building your root system. You were developing the spiritual and emotional foundation necessary to support the massive growth that is coming. Every perceived wrong turn, every delay, every moment of hesitation where you paused while others rushed ahead, that was you, listening. You were tuned into a frequency that only your spirit could pick up, a subtle guidance system that was protecting you, preparing you, and positioning you. You didn't miss your moment. You are being made ready for it. I invite you to try this. In a journal, or even in the comments below, write this statement. I forgive and honor my past self for doing the best they could. As you write it, don't just think the words. Feel them. Let the statement land in your body. Feel it bring a sense of calm to your nervous system, a wave of compassion for the version of you who did everything in their power, however clumsily, to get you to this very point of readiness. Now, things start to get really interesting, because this is where the spiritual meets the scientific. Every choice you made, every path you embraced, and every path you left behind has not been random. Each of these experiences has combined to create a unique energetic signature, a frequency that you are constantly broadcasting out into the quantum field. Imagine your life as a piece of music. The happy moments are the bright major chords. The sorrows are the deep, resonant minor chords. The mistakes and wrong turns are not wrong notes. They are the dissonant, unresolved chords that create tension, complexity, and ultimately, profound beauty in the final composition. Without those dissonant notes, the music would be simple, boring, and lifeless. It is the entirety of your experience, the light and the shadow, that has created your masterpiece. The universe, the quantum field itself, recognizes this unique frequency. It knows the energetic signature of a soul that has been through the fire and has emerged, not unscathed, but whole. It recognizes the resilience forged in failure, the compassion born from pain, the wisdom etched by regret. I wish, just for a moment, you could see yourself the way the field sees you. When you walk into a room, reality doesn't just see a person with a name and a job. It perceives a complex symphony of energy, a history of triumphs and trials that have polished your edges and carved new pathways for light to shine through you. A life of perfect, effortless success could never create such a luminous being. Your supposed imperfections are, in fact, your greatest assets. They are the portals through which grace enters. You are not merely the sum of your past decisions. You are the living, breathing evidence that an unfinished story can still be a work of art. You are proof that being a work in progress does not, in any way, diminish your worthiness. Right now, as you hear my voice, a unique alignment is taking place. The universe operates in cycles, patterns, and waves of opportunity that ebb and flow like the tides. You are currently in what can be described as a portal, a window of opportunity. The ghosts of the lives you didn't live are not here to taunt you. They have gathered around you to bear witness. They are here to marvel at what it took for you to become this version of yourself, the one that made it here, the one feeling the resonance of this transmission. They are here to lend their energy to yours, to integrate all the might have beens into the singular, powerful reality of who you are right now. Most people believe that the past is fixed, solid, and unchangeable, a concrete block that we drag behind us for the rest of our lives. Quantum mechanics, the most rigorously tested scientific theory in history, shows us that this belief is fundamentally false. It introduces a principle that is so mind-bending, so radical, that it changes everything, the observer effect. In simple terms, at the most fundamental level of reality, particles do not exist in a single definite state until they are observed. Before observation, they exist in a superposition, a cloud of pure potential, of all possibilities existing simultaneously. It is the act of consciousness, the act of looking, that collapses this wave of potential into a single, concrete reality. Now, apply this earth-shattering principle to your own life. Your past, all those memories and the stories you tell yourself about them, exists in a state of superposition. The events themselves happened, but their meaning is not fixed. The role they play in your life, the emotional frequency they carry, is a wave of pure potential. Every time you look back at your past, you are acting as the observer. You are collapsing the wave function of its meaning. And here is where your power lies. You get to choose the lens through which you observe. Let's take a specific memory, a painful breakup. When you look at that memory through the lens of regret and shame, You collapse its meaning into the story of, I wasn't good enough, or I am unlovable. You solidify that interpretation into your present reality, and your body reacts accordingly. Your shoulders slump, your heart feels heavy, your nervous system enters a state of stress. But what if you consciously choose to be a different observer? What if you look at that exact same memory through the lens of gratitude and wisdom? You could say, that experience, as painful as it was, taught me what I truly value in a partner. It broke my heart open so that a deeper, more authentic love could eventually enter. It showed me my own strength and resilience. Do you feel the shift? The event hasn't changed. The facts are the same. But by changing your observation, you have fundamentally changed the meaning. You have collapsed the wave of potential into a story of empowerment, not a story of brokenness. The energy of that memory is transformed from a heavy anchor into a source of fuel for your forward momentum. This very moment, your consciousness has the power to alchemize everything that came before. You can't change what happened, but you can, with absolute authority, change what it means. And when you change the meaning, you change the story. When you change the story, you change the frequency. And when you change the frequency, you change your life. To truly step into this power as the observer, there is one crucial thing you must be willing to do. You must let go of the part of you that is in love with your own suffering. This might be a difficult truth to hear, but for many of us, our story of what went wrong has become a core part of our identity. We have held on to regret like a shield. We tell ourselves the story of our victimhood so often that we start to believe it is who we are. Energetically, as long as you are vibrating at the frequency of loss, lack, and what if the universe, which is a mirror, can only reflect back to you experiences that match that vibration. It's not punishing you. It's simply responding to the signal you are broadcasting. The way in, the portal we spoke of, is here. It requires you to be willing to let go of the future you thought you were supposed to have and fall deeply, unconditionally, in love with the one that is actually here. You have to let the ghosts of your unlived lives watch you do this. Let them see you turn your full attention to the present moment and embrace it. Then you must thank them for their silent support and release them back into the quantum field of pure potential. It's not that those other paths were wrong or bad. It's simply that this path, the one you are on right now, is the real one. It is the one with all the lessons, all the growth, and all the potential. This is the frequency shift I want you to make. It's not positive thinking, which is often a form of denial. It is not about putting a fake smile on your pain. It is a radical realignment with the intelligence that is guiding your life. It is the profound realization that the universe has always been on your side, even when it felt like it was against you. What if every time you hesitated, it was divine guidance telling you to pause? What if every door that slammed shut in your face was actually saving you from a room that would have suffocated your spirit? What if every perceived failure was just the universe's way of saying, wrong direction? There is something so much better for you this way. When you begin to engage with your life from this perspective, you shift from a state of regret to a state of resonance. Regret is a low, heavy, chaotic frequency. Resonance is a high, clear, coherent frequency. When you are in resonance, your heart and brain work in harmony. You start sending a clear, powerful signal into the field. This coherence is magnetic. Let's put this into practice. Identify a regret you hold. Feel its heavy energy. Now, ask this powerful question. What if this event was secretly conspiring in my favor? What gift could be hidden inside this experience? Don't rush to an answer. Just sit with the question. Allow a new possibility, a new observation, to emerge. That small shift is the beginning of moving from regret to resonance. Understanding these concepts intellectually is one thing. Embodying them is where the magic happens. Awareness without action is just another form of escapism. You have come too far to stay the same. So I'm going to give you a simple, powerful, and practical tool to begin actively creating your new reality. Every morning, for just 3 minutes, before you pick up your phone, before you let the world's chaos and demands dictate your frequency for the day, I want you to do this practice. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Now, I do not want you to visualize what you want. Visualization often keeps the desired thing separate from you, something out there that you are trying to get. Instead, I want you to embody the feeling of the reality you wish to create. This is not about getting something. It is about being someone. If you desire abundance, do not picture piles of money. Instead, generate the feeling of abundance in your body right now. What does it feel like to be utterly secure? To be free from financial worry? To be generous? Feel the sensation of relief in your shoulders, the expansion in your chest, the calm in your belly. Dwell in the state of being abundant. If you desire love, do not picture a perfect partner. Instead, generate the feeling of being deeply and unconditionally loved. Feel the warmth, the acceptance, the joy, the connection. More importantly, feel the frequency of being someone who is capable of giving and receiving such a profound love. Embody the state of being love itself. If you desire success, do not think about the award or the promotion. Embody the feeling of being someone who knows their own inherent worth, someone who creates from a place of passion and purpose, regardless of external validation. Feel the confidence, the creative flow, the sense of fulfillment in your very cells. Stay with that feeling for 3 minutes. Let it saturate your entire being. Let it retune your nervous system. Then, and this is the most crucial part, open your eyes and live your day as that person. Make decisions from that frequency of abundance. Interact with others from that frequency of love. Respond to challenges from that frequency of self-worth. Why does this work? Because the universe does not respond to your wants or your words. It responds to your being, to the energetic frequency you consistently hold and broadcast. When you do this practice daily, you are no longer asking for a different reality. You are becoming the person who is an energetic match for that reality. At that point, the reality you desire has no choice but to find you. You are not chasing it. You are magnetizing it. This is not wishing and hoping. This is quantum creation. You are consciously and deliberately collapsing the wave function of your potential into the reality of your choice. We have journeyed together through the landscape of your past and the infinite potential of your present. You can now see how it all connects. The ghosts of your unlived lives are your allies. Your past is a malleable story you get to write the meaning of, and your consciousness is the most powerful creative tool in the universe. The signal I spoke of at the beginning, the one you are finally ready to receive, is no longer coming from an external source. Through this understanding, you are learning to generate it from within. You are becoming the signal. This is not a one-time event. It is a new way of life. It is a moment-by-moment choice to align with the truth of who you are rather than the fear of who you've been. It is the choice to honor what is rather than fight for what isn't. And every time you make that choice, every time you choose compassion over judgment, gratitude over regret, and embodiment over wanting, your vibration shifts. You become a different kind of magnet, and the universe begins to send you experiences that are a match for your new, coherent state. As we close, let's distill this into clear wisdom you can carry with you. Your past is a library, not a prison. Every experience, especially the painful ones, contains a book of wisdom. Your job is not to regret being in the library, but to consciously choose which books you check out and read from today. You are the observer. Nothing has a fixed meaning. You are the one who assigns meaning to everything in your life. Choose to tell the story that empowers you, the one that highlights your resilience, not your brokenness. Feeling is the fuel. Thinking about a new life is not enough. You must feel it into existence. Your emotional state, the frequency of your being, is the creative engine. Embody the feeling of your future self now. Your timeline is sacred. Release the pressure of comparison. You are not behind. You are not ahead. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. Trust your own unfolding. Start small. This is a profound shift, and it doesn't happen overnight. Choose just one memory this week that has caused you pain. Practice observing it differently. Ask what gift it brought you. Choose one feeling: peace, joy, security, to practice embodying for just 1 minute each morning. Be gentle and patient with yourself, as you would with a dear friend learning a new skill. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single, conscious step. And now, I have a question for you. A question to anchor this entire transmission into your reality. Take a moment to connect with yourself, and then please share in the comments below. What is one path you turned away from that you now see was actually protecting you? And what is the one word that describes the new frequency you are choosing to embody starting today? Your story matters. Your declaration in this community could be the very permission slip someone else needs to read to begin their own journey of transformation. As you move forward from this moment, I wish you health, not just health in your body, but coherence in your heart, clarity in your mind, and courage in your spirit. May you walk forward with the profound and unshakable knowledge that you are not a victim of your life, but the conscious creator of your experience. Everything you have ever been through has led you to this. You are here. You made it. And the universe cannot wait to see what you do next. If this message has resonated with you, if these words have stirred a truth deep within you, I warmly invite you to subscribe. It is more than just joining a channel. It is a commitment to yourself, a promise to stay tuned to this frequency, and to be a part of a collective conversation that is actively shaping a new reality. Thank you for receiving this signal. The real work and the real magic begins now.